Hello! Welcome to another Southern New Hampshire University's Learning Center tutorial on how to use Minitab Express. If you haven't installed Minitab already, I would recommend checking out the video that is also on this channel on how to install Minitab, or you can get the program directly from the Minitab website. So once you've installed it, you can open up Minitab Express and it will look like this. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about how to use the inverse norm function using Minitab Express. So if you haven't already, you'll open up the program and you'll select the Statistics tab at the top of the screen. Once in this, you'll select the CDF PDF drop-down menu right here. And you will select Inverse Cumulative Distribution Function. So let's just select that, and a pop-up window will, pop up. So at this point, we are going to be filling in the information. So if you are just talking about or finding the inverse norm of a single value, you will just enter in that value. If it's a column of values, you can select all your information. So if you actually have multiple areas that you're trying to find the values of the line for, so like let's say we had 28%, 56%, and 95%. You'd run the test and you would select a column of values and you just choose where you put that information. I put it in column 1, so I'm going to tell Minitab that that is the column that I would like to use. So at this point, for inverse norm, you're going to leave the distribution on normal. If for some reason it is not on normal, please select that from the drop-down menu. Now, at this point, you will enter in the mean and the standard deviation. Note, if you are working with z-scores, your mean will always be 0 and your standard deviation will always be 1. If you are not working with z-scores, then you will need to enter the actual mean and standard deviation of the scenario that you are working with. So in this case, I'm just going to say we're working with z-scores, and that's the values that I want to find. So I'm going to leave it at 0 and 1. And for my output, I'm just going to have it display a table of inverse cumulative probabilities, so that first option. So I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to output this information, and it tells me right here the inverse probabilities. So for these areas, my z-scores would be negative 5.828 for an area of 28%, 0.15 for 56%, and 1.644 for 95%. Obviously, if you didn't have a table or a column of information, you could do the same thing, but with just a single value. So let's say we had the area to the left of 58, and you were to run that, the z-score for that would be 0.201. So that basically sums up how to use the inverse norm function on Minitab. Obviously, I didn't get into too much depth with the understanding of the math behind it, just because these tutorials are how to use the program, and it's kind of assuming that you have notes or some sort of information that's guiding you on what you would need to, or what the point of inverse norm is and what numbers you'll be getting from those. So hopefully this video helps, and please be sure to look through the other videos of this series in order to figure out how to use other tests or how to install or anything that might be able to help you with Minitab Express.